something about it. They can't not speak. So when you get to the book of Isaiah, Isaiah in the 700s is a prophet who is one of many prophets who rise up and to this corrupt industrial, military, religious, economic complex that is oppressing people in the name, as well as endlessly solidifying the power of those at the top. The prophets rise up and just go for it and just say, like, listen to Isaiah speaks of the religious, like the religious corruption that has taken place in the city of Jerusalem, and he speaks as if he speaks like on behalf of God, and just says to the people, like, stop bringing your meaningless offerings while you appear before me. Your incense is detestable to me. I cannot bear your evil assemblies, your feasts and your festivals. I hate with all my being. So when Isaiah speaks to these very, very religious people on behalf of the divine, he says, God hates your religion. He hates your festivals. I hate with all my being. They have become a burden to me. I am weary of bearing them. I will hide my eyes from you. So this is how the prophet spoke to these very, very, very religious people who saw themselves as sort of chosen people of God. The prophets rise up and say, oh, you really, really religious people, you ignore the poor. So here's what God has to say to you. God hates your religion. God hates all of your festivals and festivities. God hates it when you come together at your appointed times. God essentially says, I'm not even going to look at you. You're so repulsive to me with the way you conduct yourselves, thinking that this somehow is what the divine asks for. Do you feel that? Like fearlessness? Do you feel these, in some cases, they're like insignificant shepherds and such, and yet they charge into the halls of power. And they essentially say, oh, this whole structure here, this whole giant thing that can torture people who resist it, that has this standing armies, oh yeah, it's a hut in a field of melons.